Charm, I want to take this opportunity and I want to thank you um, for taking on this um, goal. Uh, the first thing I'm going to go over is the homepage. Once you understand that, then I'll start getting into details of the the different parts of the guild. But I don't want to overwhelm you with everything at once. So as guild master, you are responsible to keep up to date on the announcements of the group and check it every day under newsfeed. If there's any announcements, you click more news and it will give you the news. Then you have to remind them of battle times of 10 and each individual group and when that battle time is. If Conquest Earth is vulnerable, then you want to find a group that will help you set that up. Now, there is blue crystals. If you want, I can add you to that group and you can work in there and they will help you find and they will also set you up with mist. 100 with 100 you need to be able to have almost everybody active because we're getting up there. Now, I'm going to try to be more active in 100, but it's really hard. And there's a lot of information on just Castle Age homepage. If you want, you have to remember that there always has to be a priority monster. If a new general comes up, you need to announce that to the group. On the days that things are happening, like each day for bonuses, there's a bonus. And like today is, or tomorrow is lumber bonus and double lumber drop and chance for blue crystals. So you want to have an earth battle. Joan knows how to do that, so work that out with Joan. Um, and you get green powder. Now, powder for protecting in monsters factors guild rank and corresponding lands. Okay, it's what that's for. Now, on Thursday, you get double iron drop and daily conquest collect. Okay, um, and you get a chance for blue crystal drops in land based on guild rank. So again, you need to have a earth battle going. Again, work with Joan on that, and she knows what she's doing there. And you get blue powder. Now, the powder or balance is for monsters. This powder is for the balanced characters, and the green powder is for the defensive generals, and the red powder is for aggressive generals. And then Friday, this is very important that you remember that on Friday you get double skill points per demi prey. So you need to make sure that we're doing that. Extra chance for hero crystals based on guild rank. And usually on Friday, it's usually at 100%. No matter how many lands we have open, there's always a bonus chance to get hero crystals to grow our crystals. Now, on Friday, you get a chance for green crystals. On Saturday, you get double skill points per demi prey and hero extra chance for hero crystals based on guild rank. So again, on Saturday, your rank or your chance for guild crystals or hero crystals is usually at 100%. And also you get green crystals for leveling up or excavation and monsters. Excavation is hunts in lands and stuff like that. Like a while back, you asked me what this land was about. That's what it was about, is excavating the land and getting stuff like that. So it's important we're doing that, but it's also important that we do demi praise as well. And then Sunday is a yucky day. It's not much. It's just a chance for red crystals. Now, we also have quests, demi quests, and Atlantis. Now, my recommendation is that you do your demi quests up to, going into it now, up to Land of Earth. Then when you get Land of Water done, then you go to your demi quests and do your demi quests, because usually by then you're up to 42, which opens all demi quests up. And then we have Atlantis. Now Atlantis is opened by getting different parts to the map. You need 4 parts to open the map, and each let me see, what is it? Just give me a minute here. I'm trying to find the name of them. Each sea serpent that you see in monsters gives you a piece of that map. And we need to make sure that low levels are have all their monsters at gold level, because there's silver, bronze, or there's bronze, silver, and gold, and we need to make sure that everybody's at gold level on all monsters. Always make sure, again, that we have a monster up. Battle, try and do battle and get your people to do battle in the battle and conquest, and make sure they work on that. Demi, now Dominion is opened every 5 or 6 months, and you have to get in there. It's hard to do Dominion because you need to be at a high level to do these, because if you don't, you just get bombarded. Now Arena is very simple. Okay, it's once a year, and it's usually from the 30th of the month to the 3rd or 4th of January, and you get that. Then the new one we have, the new Meditor. You have to be able to do that, and it's coming back again on May the 2nd, so I wouldn't worry too much about that one, and make sure that all your people are doing conquest duels. If they're not, stress to them that it's important that they do this. And they also need, once you've completed conquest duel, you need to work on dual champion, because that's important. We need to keep our battle ranks up, because the higher our battle rank is, the better off we're going to be in battle. Battle rank goes with one-on-one confrontations. So that means in guild battle, if you're going up against a level so and so, if your battle rank is higher than them, then you're going to beat them. Okay? Now in war rank, okay, that's a battle between wars. That's usually War of the Plains, and also when we do the raids. Okay, that's when that comes into play. Conquest rank, okay, that is for each individual, and the higher rank you are, the better off you're going to be. And conquest rank gives you severe power in certain aspects of the game, like arena and um, dominion. Now, monsters, you know a little bit about, cover that at a later date. Heroes, we need to make sure that we have all our heroes as quick as we can and get them up to level 4. Now, generals, you need to make sure that your generals are all aligned under general alliance. Now, towns, now I have two different accounts. I have new accounts and I have old accounts where they have trade market. Now, I'm not sure which one you have. I will cover both in this. Trade market is very simple. When you do monsters, you get points in different monsters cover different areas. Like I said, I'll cover monsters at a later time. Okay, where you know, because I don't want to overwhelm you. I'm just doing the guild page, and when you have that down, then I'll move on to the next step, which is going into different stuff in the guild. Okay, trade market is, we need to have a high trade value. Okay, so we need to make sure our trade market is always got room for expansion, because now it goes up a level automatically as we go up. We don't have to worry about that, but we have to worry about our trade market. And that trade market is so that when people attack us, the higher our stats are, the better chance we get to beat them. Okay? Now, soldiers are, okay, now in the new ones, what is here instead of at the top is land collect, okay, or conquest collect, which you collect for your lands. Now, in that, what you have to do is you have to build your lands. The higher your lands are, the more money you get to put in your bank. Okay, soldiers are very simple. It's just a soldier's rehab. It's recommended that under soldiers that everybody have at least 500 of every single solitary soldier there is. Okay, blacksmith is the next step, and you need to have at least 500 of each of those as well to cover the your team. Okay. Then the next one that goes down is magic. Now, with magic, the only one you can buy is Champions Allura. Now, with Champions Allura, it gives you special abilities, and I recommend, I have 50, and that seems to be enough. But as you battle monsters, different monsters give different things. And if you go down that line, it will tell you which one gives you which one, and how many you have of each one. And that's important that we keep working on monsters, and we keep working on our lands. Now, this is where, if you have the old one, this part comes into play. Um, each time we go up in a level, um, you're allowed to get 10 lands, and that gives you the ability to be able to have money. Now, in the new one, you have to fight to get your lands. And I don't necessarily agree with that one, but I like the old way better. And it's just better that way. So, um, Emporium is very simple. It's our conquest path and where we stand. It tells you your conquest path points, your hunter pass points. Conquest pass points are got when you do conquest battles. Hunter points are done when you do battles with monsters. Guardian path points are done when you defend your lands. And engineer path points are done when you build or fortify in those lands. Feats, make sure the people work on the feats, and do your feats. What I found is I don't work on mine on my lower levels until I have probably about a 3 or 500 in that, and then I start working on them, because there's a certain amount that you have to have for each level. It used to tell you, but it doesn't tell you anymore. Now, Tavern is something that was very important at one time. It's not so important now. I'd worry about it for myself, and but I wouldn't worry about it for anybody else. Now I'm going to cover Oracle. Oracle is very simple. She tells you exactly what you have on each one. It also shows the general available. Now, it shows that you can buy favor points packages on this, and your best package to buy is the $45 one if you're going to spend any money on it. The next one is favor generals. Now, depending on what level they're at, depends on what general they're at. You can usually figure that out by figuring what level they're at. And if you have on mine, my old Guildmaster account, if you can find out when it has all the generals open, so if you look at it, it will tell you what general is open at what time. Also on my other two accounts that you use, it also has all the generals open. Demi power is important. You have to make sure that when you're doing demi power that you do each one individually. So as you do demi power, you need to strengthen each one, because each demigod gives you power in each section. One demigod gives you power in this, one demigod gives you power in that, and it's been so long since I've done demigods that I'm not familiar with what or which ones have which powers. So now chests are important, but I would recommend that if somebody is going to do a chest character, that they start with the lowest chest, which is Alpha. And in Alpha, you can get the Orc King, and as far as I'm concerned, out of all the generals I have, the Orc King is the best one. The best Orc, or the best general for battling monsters, in my opinion, is, where do you go? 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 Where? There he is. No, it's not. That's not him. Oh, where are you? Why can't I find you? I know what he is, but I just don't see him right now. Okay. Melvis, okay, is next to the Orc King. Okay, he's the best general. Shara is okay, but you know, um, he doesn't have the power that Melvis does. Okay, and Sauron is at the lower levels, but you need to save until you can get Melvis, and he's the best one next to the Orc King. Stats are understandable. You know what that is. Class, you know what that is. Item achievements. Okay, item achievements is very simple. When you have an alpha achievement, a vanguard achievement, an onslaught achievement, and mine are all high. Okay, in mine, I have to work on my Oblivion achievement, but on this account, but you know, all of mine are fairly high, and the higher that is, the better on your achievements you're going to get. Equipment. The best equipment you can get is the flame band equipment, because it has attack of 80, a defense of 80, and it has 2 slots. That right now is the best equipment you can get, that I find, and the weapon is 110 and defense of 80 and has 2 slots. And you want to have physical piercing on your weapon so that when you battle the higher level monsters, you can pierce their armor, because some armor is really hard to pierce, and it's very easy to get different ones. I will cover that more in depth at a later date, over the next couple of days, because each one means something different. The first thing that you need to tell everybody is that they need to have physical piercing on their weapons, because when you go to, let me look here, when you go to monsters, there are certain monsters at the 300 level plus that are superstar I'll call them superstar monsters. That's not what they're called, but anyway, there's a word for them. And divine, thank you, divine monsters. All monsters 300 and plus are divine monsters, and all of those monsters on your equipment, you need to have armor piercing in order to pierce their armor. Now, that's layouts. Layouts are very important to have. Each class needs to have the proper general for the proper class. I'll cover that at a later date as well, on what I recommend for each one. For alchemy, this I do it once a month, usually. As a rule, I usually go in here once a month, and I get my points. Kobold, or the Goblin Emporium, is very simple. You take what you don't need as equipment and trade it in, and Kobold gives you different stuff for different ones. It takes a while to understand that, and you'll learn that as you go, and I'll do a lesson on it. Uh, Very simple. Achievements are very simple. My achievements on this account, I've achieved 215 to 375, so I'm almost there. It's taken a long time. This account and the old Guildmaster account are the oldest accounts I have, and they have the most stuff on it. So it will give you an idea if you need to look. You know how to do gifts. Army, for Army, you want to have at least, at the minimum, 1200 Army. And I'll do a lesson on that later on how to get that and stuff like this. Your guild link, your home, that basically tells you what and where we are, what level we're at, and shows you where we stand in the standings and our medals. Each month before you do a level, holy crap, Army's at 20%. Well done, girl. Super fantastic. That is super. That is super. We haven't been 20% since February. That's nice work, girl. I'm proud of you. You is so awesome. 20%, the top 20%. That's impressive. Monsters, we usually run about 20%. I've seen it 5%. Now, our banners, in banners, you get those once you get certain levels in 100. That's the way that works. Guild list is a list of the guilds. Usually the top 100 are listed at the most. Manage battles is very simple. You go in there and you set your different ones for different things. Priority monsters, that will tell you what your priority monsters are and where they stand and stuff like this and how they stand. Miss battle, you know how to do that. That's your miss battle. I usually did miss battles from Friday till Monday, and then Tuesday we switched to Earth battles, and that's the way I did that. Earth battles are usually done from Tuesday. Usually what I'll do is before I go to bed on Monday night, I'll usually start a battle for Tuesday morning, because at 4 o'clock, 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, it switches over to the next day, so that you know. Achievements are usually guild achievements. This tells you where your character stands and what your character stands at. It will show you what you need to know on those, and each character is different. You have to work on those different trophies, and each different trophy stands for each different thing. You have to, your first one is stacking lands in Conquest. Your second one is defending lands in Earth. Your third one is clearing lands, monsters in Conquest. Your next one is fortification. That's where you get your engineer points. I need to work on mine. And your next one is daily income for lumber and ore. So if you have any questions regarding any of this, please notify me on Facebook and I will be glad to help you. I'm here to help you. I'm technically your second in command, so if you need issues or you need help, tomorrow or in the next couple of days, I'll do a one on quests and what we would do there, and find out exactly what and how to do it, so that you know. Um, any questions, as I said, just message me. Try not to ask me in the guild chat. Try to ask me privately, and I'll try and find out that information for you if I don't know. Um, I did have a wiki account, but I don't know what happened to it. It's important that as a guild master that you have that, because it's a very unique tool to have, wiki. Um, that's about all I can tell you right now, for now, and it's 30 minutes, so I think that's long enough for right now. If you need more information on anything that I covered, feel free to ask me any questions. As I said, the next couple of days I will go over another one with you, and if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask me if I'm on. That's what I'm here for. Thank you, and God bless.